Hello everyone, I hope you're well. I said I would come on this month for a few times, so here I am. What a week we've had here on Earth, since my last recording. So much has happened, and so much is going to happen through this month. And when I did the recording on the last session, I didn't realize the next day the Queen of the England passed away. So that was the energy of the sadness I was feeling, coming up from the collective. And so many star seeds on the planet would have felt that energy coming up. And many souls on our newsletter got in touch with me saying they were feeling the sadness and it was starting to build up inside of them. So such a big shift took place this last week, and also we're approaching the equinox, and it's all about the balancing of the scales, the masculine and the feminine, and shifting in dynamics. And the Queen passing this month has been a huge it's an end of an era. It's a huge shift in the dynamics on Earth, and her presence and the presence that she held on Earth, and the impact she had on so many souls. I mean, it's been quite incredible to see, people coming together, oceans of people going into London to pay their respects, and flowers, oceans of flowers everywhere. And it's just been beautiful to see the unity consciousness that is starting to take place, the people coming together, walking together in solidarity, and silence and presence and stillness and respect. And it's just beautiful, when you see people come together, and from the heart. It's a beautiful thing, and this is where we are heading. And even through the chaos, if we can stay connected to that. And what is actually happening through this time is that we are coming together. We are opening our hearts. We are letting go of the grief and the sadness, and the armor that we've had, that we've held, onto for so long, our identities, the ego, the mind, and the fear, and the fear template and the suffering template. I call the third dimension the suffering template, because that's where we come to learn our lessons and process things, learn about emotions. We come to Earth to learn about emotion. We come here to learn and understand what sadness feels like, what duality feels like, what polarity feels like, what happiness feels like. If we don't know what sadness feels like, we'll never understand what happiness feels like, or joy. So we come here to experience the polarities of emotion, and we do a lot of the playing out of the dynamics and the characters and the roles in the third dimension. And then the fourth dimension is all about clearing out, purifying, clearing out the density, the dysfunctional families, clearing out the density, clearing out the ancestral traumas, clearing out the karmic patterns, clearing out belief systems and limiting beliefs, and just cleaning up our shadow, and doing the shadow work, and the emotional work, and looking at our emotions and looking at our thoughts, and trying to understand what our mind is trying to tell us, and the monkey mind that keeps giving you all these negative thoughts, and changing them up into positive ones, and starting to remember that we are creators of our reality. And if we are creators of our reality, what reality do we want to create for ourselves now? And so becoming very mindful of our words, knowing our words have power. How do we want to use our words going forward? So how do we want to create this new world that we're stepping into? So my goodness, this month is huge. It's huge. And I've done a lot of reflecting as well, and sitting with myself, and there's so much going on in my mind, because I've just got all of these ideas now coming through. I felt the first half of the month was about releasing, letting go, and releasing, closing doors, not just closing doors mentally, but also emotionally, energetically, and literally locking those doors and putting away the key, throwing away the key, and say, you know what, that chapter is over for me, and I'm not going back there. And I'm not going to keep hoping that that's going to, resurrect. It's closed, and I have to close it on every level so that I can move into this new space and allow myself to go on this new journey where spirit and the universe wants to take me. So we're closing chapters, we're closing doors, end of an era. What is ending in your life? What are you letting go of? Where are you, releasing yourself from the past so that you can move into this new space? And this time is all about building communities, and the souls that I support in the community, and when we do our group events on Mondays, we do the breathwork meditation, and in our circle of light we do so much healing work and childhood healing, and just so much, opening up to remember who we truly are, opening up the energy field so that you can remember who, your connection to source. And I just am being guided to create these new spaces, for these souls that are sensitive, that are gifted, and they've left their old world and they're in transition, and they're doing their transformational work and they're doing their shadow work. Now we have to create these spaces for them so that they can keep evolving and growing and experiencing the fullness of their being. So I've got lots of thoughts coming through at the moment, and we can't do this on our own. I'm a visionary and I need support and help, and I am going to be turning to the community this month to say, okay, how can we do this together? How can we all come together and create these environments where everyone thrives and feels supported? So I'm going to be reaching out to many souls this month, but it's important because we are moving into this space of, okay, someone is an ideas person. How can we now put this all together? What skill do you have? What skill do you have? How can we come together? How can we create this environment where we all enjoy and feel, loved, held, supported, connected, and we can all, experience love and unity together. So this is where we're building these new spaces, building and creating these new environments, and learning from our past, and looking at what we didn't have, what we didn't experience, what we would like to experience, how we'd like our lives to look. And we're creating a new template. We are literally writing a new software program of a reality that we want to experience, and we have free will as a soul to choose and create that for ourselves. So more freedom, more truth, integrity, transparency, connection, love, heart-centeredness, being able to speak your truth and without holding back, and just being recognized for who you truly are, not without the mask, without the egoic mask or the identity or Mr. and Mrs. I'm this and I'm that, and your roles here on the human plane, and father, mother, son, daughter, accountant, lawyer. Not that. That's the ego identity, but on a soul identity, who are you? Who are you? And that's what we want to show. That's what we want people to see. This is who I am. Take it or leave it. This is who I am. And I'm going to honor my soul. I'm going to respect myself. And, I allow myself to meet those souls on this journey who now truly get me and see me and feel me in their being. So this is the space that we are moving into: truth, transparency, integrity, love, loyalty, connection, all of that. Heart-centeredness, conversations on a soul level, intimacy, community. So beautiful space that we're moving into, and we are in that transition stage. So today, there's a lot going on the planet, and there's a lot of emotions flying around, and I thought it would be really nice just to do a little meditation together, just so that you can use it when you need to come back into your center, when you need to just connect with your heart, when you need to feel some peace as well in your being, So let's do a little meditation together, and use it as often as you need to. Okay, we do meet every Monday to meditate and come together, and we do lots of breath work, and they're really amazing quantum journeys going into the cosmos. They're just beautiful. So join us on Mondays if you feel guided. Okay. And my wind chimes always start to chime when I start to do anything, any energy work. They start to go, so you might hear my wind chimes in the background. So let's just take a deep breath. And you're going to have to take lots of deep breaths through this time, and just notice when your body is tight, when you feel stressed, when you feel tense in your body, when the mind is overworking and overactive. Just take a few deep breaths down into your heart space. Coming back into your heart, dear ones, coming back into your heart. For that is where you'll find peace. Coming back into your hearts, for that is where you'll find peace. connection, oneness, unity, where your spirit and soul meets, your mind, your heart, your human, your body. Everything meets at the heart space. Come back to the heart, dear ones. Come back to the heart. And just start to focus on your breath and just listen to your breath as you breathe in and breathe out. And start to let go of anything that's in the mind and come back to the present moment. Present moment, this moment. For this is all that exists, dear ones, this moment, nothing beyond, nothing that's gone. This is the only moment that exists. And in this moment you can choose how you want to feel. You can choose to feel joy, peace, tranquility, harmony, balance. Or you can choose suffering, pain, sadness. And you may say, well, I don't have a choice. I can't help what I feel. Absolutely. We agree, dear ones. Feel everything. But then remember that you are not the victims of your reality. You're not the characters that you play. You're not your stories. You've come here to experience your characters. You've come here to experience your emotions. But you are the creator that created them all. And if you can get back to creator and try and understand what you came to learn from your experiences, and if you have experienced suffering and pain, if you are the creator, how can you now create something that is going to lift you? If we can create sadness and experience sadness, we can also create joy and experience joy. And this is where meditation becomes such a powerful practice, because this is the time that you get to sit and be and observe and just watch all the thoughts like a movie screen in front of you, not attached. It's not a part of you. You are witnessing it as an observer here on earth. And just let everything move through you, dear ones. Like the ocean, the waves, sometimes they're high and sometimes they're low. Sometimes the ocean is so still and so peaceful. Sometimes there's ripples and you see the ocean glistening under the sun. And the different seasons, the winds of change. And just listening and feeling and sensing the energies and learning to ride the waves of life. When the waves are high, to use your tools to come back to equilibrium, balance, dear ones. Not drowning, not being under the ocean, under the waves, but riding them. And learning about the human experience, but remembering that you are so much more. Remembering that you are powerful and you are expanding and becoming something so beautiful. Multidimensional, multi-gifted, multifaceted, like a rainbow. Many colors, many vibrations. You have many gifts inside of you. And try and come back to Creator, dear ones, and who you truly are. Who you truly are. And as you breathe, just be present. And there is so much beauty to just being present. Not trying to judge, not trying to force, but simply being present. Listening to the subtle energies, listening to the birds, listening to this present moment and all the beautiful vibrations that are around you, and bringing in the beautiful love of Source to fill you, to fill your tank and remind you of who you truly are. Love, peace, and balance, harmony, flow, joy, abundance, tranquility, infinity, immortality, creation. We are merging, dear ones, merging back towards oneness. And the beings that are coming in, many beings are going to meet you through this time. As you ascend on this journey, more and more will come. And they will pick you up on their radio antennas and they will meet you. We hold on so tightly to the past, but yet we do not know what's ahead. New connections, new conversations, heart-centeredness matching your vibration, meeting you where you are at, new communities forming in love, and brothers and sisters of the light remembering, soul tribe gathering, remembering through the heart. And the heart never forgets. You see, dear ones, the heart is a portal of love. It never forgets, it never forgets, it never forgets. And the moment you meet someone that is your tribe, you will recognize them in an instance. A feeling of comfort, of homecoming, just knowing the moment you hug, the moment your eyes meet, the moment your hands touch, the moment you see each other's faces, you smile, you know, I remember you, I know you. And the heart, dear ones, it never forgets, and the heart is leading the way now. And listen to your hearts, dear ones. Use your logic, of course. That's what the mind is for. But we do not give our power to our mind. We do not give the driver's seat to the mind. We do not give the steering wheel to the mind. We give it to the heart. We give it to the heart, and we listen and we feel and we sense and we know, and we use our senses, our extra perception and our intuitive senses, our feeling body, beyond the 5 senses that we have. We are so much more than what we can ever imagine. So through this time, dear ones, learn to stay in your hearts. Breathe down into your heart space. And be still. Create spaces of silence and harmony and peace. Try and laugh often. Listen to music that lifts you. Move your body. Dance. Play your instruments. Play your drums. The soul is joyous and light and free and loves to move and play and feel free. And in time, many of you will start to live very nomadic lifestyles. You will just be light in your belongings, just traveling from place to place, experiencing new experiences and meeting new souls. Journeys of synchronicity, and just letting life lead you, letting your hearts lead you. This is where we are breaking down boundaries, borders, going beyond culture and race and color and creed and all of that. Going back to our tribal ways of community, circles, sitting around a fire, singing, dancing, rejoicing, sharing stories, storytelling, and going back to nature, nature's way, simplifying, coming back to the natural world, where we can all coexist as a beautiful ecosystem. And in the other galaxies, we are ecosystems. We know that we all need each other to thrive. We work together, we work in harmony and balance and peace and respect. And this is what we are building now. We are building these communities now. And it is up to now the visionaries and the healers and the pioneers here on earth, the creatives, to step forward. And there is a changing of the guard, a change. And new souls are stepping forward to lead the way, to guide the tribe, to show them new ways of working together. It is a beautiful time of transition, so when the mind gets anxious or overwhelmed, just come back into your heart, dear ones. Come back to your beautiful hearts. And remember the energy of oneness, peace and harmony. Connect with your angels and your guides and your star families. You have many families in the cosmos, so many beautiful families. They're all waiting, celebrating, rejoicing as you raise your vibration. They can meet you through the heart. It is a truly joyous time to be here on earth, and if you stay connected with your heart, you will ride these waves with ease and grace and harmony and flow. You will ride them and not go under. We love you, dear ones. We are here. We are here everywhere. You just have to feel our presence. We are here. We are all in this together. We send you our love, dear ones, and we send you our blessings. Remember, connection is key through this time. Taking a deep breath down into your heart space, dear ones. A deep breath down into your heart space and feeling the vibration of peace and gratitude and grace. And just allowing that door to open, the door to your future. As you let go of the past, what lies ahead, you will discover. You're here to be curious. You're here to explore. You're explorers, researchers, creative souls. And don't get stagnant. Stagnancy is like death for the soul. And even though the soul never dies, stagnancy is that feeling. You are meant to explore, move, flow like the ocean, like the rivers. You are meant to flow, dear ones. You are meant to flow. And blessings and love. Beautiful. So, beautiful channeling there, and just so important to stay in our hearts through this time. You know, so important to stay in our hearts. We are going to see lots of changes on earth, but remember what we are building, and we are all working towards this new vision on earth. So, you know, we are building these communities, and there's a lot going on, even if you cannot see, and many of you can see, and you know, we are building these communities now, and so much is going to develop through this time. So your vibration is so important. The more balanced you are, the more calm you are, the more peaceful you are, you're creating these ripples in the quantum field, and it just helps everything move to these new vibrations. So be very, you know, try and be very mindful when you slip into, you know, sadness and grief and pain and suffering. Try and lift yourself out of that with your tools, meditation, breath work, dance, movement, you know, whatever tools that you use, walks in nature, and come back into equilibrium. So the equinox week is a very powerful week, and just see where you need more balance in your life and what needs to be balanced and what you need to say to bring back more balance in your life. Truth, transparency, harmony, community, love, you know, communication. It's just everything is coming up to shift the old way into a new way. Okay, so I hope that helped you. We will be coming together tomorrow to meet for meditation and breath work, and I'm going to be sharing a lot tomorrow in the community event, so join us if you can. I'll leave the links below. Okay, everyone, I send you my love, and I wish you well. Ride these waves. There's a lot coming, but if we stay centered and present, we can make these shifts comfortably, the guides say. But you have to stay in the heart space. Okay, and the chimes are just starting to go. All right, I look forward to seeing you soon. Have a lovely day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. I send you my love. Thank you.